welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you a couple different herbal preparations you can do with water. Tea is a big one that you've probably made before, and when we say tea, we talk about an infusion of a plant material in water. Technically, like the way we prepare coffee is a tea according to how we think of tea, but really tea only comes from tea plants like green tea, black tea. So today I'm going to show you the difference between an herbal tea and an herbal infusion, at least in the way I think of them. So this water's almost boiled, and so the difference between a tea and an infusion, when I tell people to make herbal infusions, it's a stronger preparation than a tea. So if this is your teacup, tea holds about a teaspoon of herb. So this is oat straw here. Oat straw is high in B vitamins. It's a nervine, which means it's toning and nourishing and soothing to the nervous system. But it also has a really neutral flavor, which makes it great for sprucing up. So I'm gonna add that's about a tablespoon of oat straw to my tea. And just for fun, well, we'll show that later. So, and then for an infusion, you use a quart jar for an infusion. An infusion is a longer steeped preparation with more plant material than you would use in a tea. So that's about a tablespoon per cup of water. An infusion is about an ounce per quart of water. So this is a quart jar with a wide lid, but the only clear one I have here is a regular mouth, and they're kind of a pain to get herbs in. But I just weighed out 1 ounce of plant material. Messy herbalist. Best part. So that's about what an ounce looks like in a quart jar. So let's take, I hope that's hot. Yeah. So that's our tea. And you can tell oat straw, it's a light color, and it does taste like hay. It's kind of what it is. If you think about what horses eat oat straw, and they're really strong, magnificent creatures. So don't think that just because animals eat plants that you can't eat plants, because the plant kingdom is here to nourish us all. So I also just added in a few petals of hibiscus, and watch this. Oh, almost. I'm gonna add some of this water to this. Should have made more. So this is an herbal infusion, and that you could leave on the counter overnight. You could tell it's already getting a little darker. If I would have added more hibiscus, it would be like pinker, and it'll slowly change color as it sits on your counter. And the longer it sits on the counter, the more minerals it's going to extract. Tea is really about just vitamin extraction, because that's what gets extracted really quickly from our plant material. And the benefit of tea is that you can drink it right now. The benefit of this is that you can prepare for tomorrow, and it's basically like a multivitamin for tomorrow that offers you hydration as well. And depending on your constitution, like if you were a little dry, oat straw would be great because it's a little moistening. But if you were a little damp, something more astringent like stinging nettle would be better for your constitution if you were looking for something that's going to dry you out a little bit. And it doesn't dry everyone out, but some other good herbal infusion herbs: stinging nettle, alfalfa, oat straw, hawthorn leaf, violet leaf. I really like red raspberry and red clover. Red raspberry is pretty astringent as well, so great for me. I have a damper constitution. I like red raspberry a lot because it's more astringent. Yeah, and play around. You can make almost anything out of tea, because you're gonna extract it after or pull the plant material out after about 10, 15, 20 minutes. What I usually do, especially if it's herbal tea, is I'll just leave it until it gets to room temperature, and then I'll just drink it with the tea bag in it, because you're not People say to don't steep tea for too long. Well, that's the tea plant, so you're gonna get more tannins and a bitter flavor from over steeping black tea, green tea. But with herbs, you can really leave it in as long as you want. In the morning, for your infusion though, you can strain out with a funnel and strainer. You're gonna pour this, if you have a second jar, you're gonna put this in your quart jar and strain it the next morning. Yeah, this is hot, so don't touch it, even the metal lid. And use metal lids when you're making an infusion like this, because if you use plastic or one of those leak-proof lids, those are great for your final product if you want to carry around a leak-proof lid. These are leak-proof too, but if you have a plastic lid that you want to use, don't use it when you're preparing in the hot, because it will seal shut and then you won't be able to get it off. And you don't want to like force it and then slip and then you lose your infusion. But they're a great, simple, you can kind of see the color. Try to hold it up. See how it's pink at the bottom? Yeah, and adding the hibiscus offers color and phytonutrients and vitamin C, and sometimes I'll add some elderberries in here too, and it just offers another level of flavor instead of just drinking plain oat straw. Especially a strong preparation of oat straw like this, it's heavy minerals, but it's also that grassy flavor, and not everyone's about that. I am, but I also love adding the extra red things to juice it up. I like hibiscus, hawthorn berries, bilberries, elderberries, any berry. So yeah, hope that was useful. If you have any questions, let me know. Happy tea and infusion making.